Hello, flower friends. This is Jen, and you are listening to the Floral Hustle podcast. Today, we're going to talk about confidence to show up on social media. I've recently done, a couple things where I was doing a coaching session. I did a wedding fair, and I'd look at the person's social media, and I didn't see their face on it at all. And I'd ask them why, and there's a lot of worry, a lot of people get anxious and they're worried about being judged. They're worrying, just what people will think. They're worried about that they won't come off as knowing what they're talking about. They're worried how they look. Maybe they don't like how they look, or especially like if you do occasionally show up and then you get like a zit or something like a little bruise or something like that, your confidence goes out the door. And a lot of people are also worried, like, I'm not an expert enough for people to listen to me. I don't want to worry about all my peers judging me. And there's all these like thoughts in their head about being ridiculed and made fun of. Like every worst nightmare of like you coming into school with your clothes not on, or, something, your shirt coming off for some reason. All those like fears when you were little, like come up times 10 when you're thinking about showing your face on social media. So I want to talk about some ways to start changing that, because I truly feel that if you show up in your business as the face of your business, as the authority in your business, as your brand, you are going to get people to like you more, to trust you more. You're building authority in your space. Like those things are invaluable, especially when you're trying to grow your business. So how do we change that? How do we change this dynamic that has been like literally stuck, almost ingrained in us from being a little kid, because we were always afraid like what our friends would think. And now it's escalated, because now it's not just your friend. It could be 50,000 people looking at something, or it could be 3 of your close friends, and you're worried that if they're following your page and they're going to see your post, and like, how would that feel? So the first thing that I start out with is I really think you need to change. And I'm actually going to talk about 10 different ways that we can really change that dynamic. But to start off with is we need to change the way you are talking to yourself. I hear a lot from people that they say, I am not good at statements. They are basically saying, I'm not good at showing up on social media. I'm not good at making bouquets. I'm not good at. You need to literally erase that statement from your brain. Because if you are speaking that into the universe, you are speaking that into your truth. And I know that seems like kind of hippie and kind of woo, but if the majority of your thoughts are unconscious and they're littered with all of this doubt and, saying that you're not good enough, like in your subconscious brain, like if you're even just thinking it, it's like times 10 going on in your subconscious brain. So if you're telling yourself that you basically suck at all of these things, you are putting that into the universe that is what is true. Instead, let's start talking to ourselves like, I am working hard. And I've talked about this before in some of my lives on Instagram. And I think one time on the podcast, I am working hard every day to become better at X, or I am working hard every day to be more organized. I am working hard every day to make better bouquets. I am working hard every day to show my up for my business. So you're flipping that, even though you're not lying to yourself and saying that I am good at this already. I'm a master. You are flipping this to be like, I am going to do the work. Then you need to start thinking, after you start changing the way you're talking to yourself, you need to start changing how you even are thinking about yourself as a human being, as a business owner. And like literally, you can go through an exercise and ask people. But I started thinking, I am a badass at my business, or I am an expert, or saying statements that are going to basically build you up because you've been breaking yourself down for probably eons with negative statements that I am not good at, all of these things that are just like beating you up. You need to switch that to say, I am really like, I'm a badass. I am a um high performer. I am great at showing up on social media. I am confident, all of those things. And so building in like your whole identity around what you as a business owner, you need to, or even what you want to be as a business owner, you need to start living and breathing that now. Your mindset about how you feel about yourself is so indicative of where your business is at. If you have no confidence and say you are not capable of doing all these things, you are not capable right now of doing those things because you are speaking that into existence, and the universe is going to respond because your brain is going to start taking actions that support your statements. So I am a badass. I own a successful business. Whatever it is that you feel would really start changing your thinking, because the third point is you are an expert. If you own a business, you are most likely an expert in this topic, in this subject. So treat it accordingly. You're going to have people that are watching your video that are not at where you're at. So they're looking to you, even if there's always this one step above. If you are one step above another person, you are an expert in relation to that person. So your content, what you say has value. And then I really go into it and think, okay, how can I help? So if you come at your social media as from a place of serving and not from a place of being self-serving. So I am trying to deliver content to my audience that is valuable, that they will get benefit from, that they will see that I could help them because I am a expert at this. And on top of it, if you think about, you're helping that person, but you're also doing it for free, especially on social media. So this is free content that you are putting out there to basically help people and also to help educate them on something that they might not know anything about. Wedding flowers are not something that many people know a ton about unless they've been married before. And that's not usually the commonplace of where you're not getting that many repeat or second time brides. I'm guessing you're getting more first time couples getting married. So you want to really focus on helping that ideal person that you are wanting to connect with. Then again, I also do I am statements. This is back to building confidence, but it is a different way. So there is how you feel about yourself in your business. So I am a badass in my business, but now literally taking all of the small steps and making those into I am affirmations. So I even do this with my daughter so she can build confidence in herself and confidence in different areas in her life. We do this every night before we go to bed. We do, like I ask her, I basically make a statement, I am, and then she will repeat the words to me. I am brave. I am kind. I am loving. I am cute. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am smart. So she's going and picking and like speaking out to the universe, all of these power words. So you could do the same thing. You could write these down when you say them, because then it's even seeding into your brain more. And these kind of things that would help showing up on social media, the statements that I would focus on is I am magnetic. You magnetize people to want to watch you. I am good on camera. I am an expert in my field. People can learn from me. I am intelligent. I am whatever it is, whatever you think that you are, and that would build you up. Like every time you think about doing video or doing something like recording, go in and say like 10 different I am statements. I am good in front of a camera. I am good with technology, because that is a worry about with some people. I am good in whatever it is. Make those statements if you want to say them and write them at the same time. So you're literally seeding it into another part of your brain. Do that, because that is going to boost your confidence. All right, then number 7, do you feel braver or more bold or whatever in a certain outfit, certain underwear, like boots, whatever it is? That could be so empowering, because if you feel like you're just like a total hot bitch right then because of whatever you're wearing, or you just like whatever you put this on, you feel like more confident. If you're into listening to podcasts, there's a podcast called Impact Theory with Lisa Bilyeu. She is the co-founder of Quest Nutrition with her husband. And it's like just literally it blew up to a point that they sold it, and for a crazy amount of money. But whenever she speaks, because she has a podcast called Women of Impact, and a couple other ones. She does one with her husband. And then she also does some women empowerment coaching / groups. She has these boots that she puts on. She calls them her bad bitch boots, that literally when she puts them on, she gets like this uber confidence from them. She also will be wearing Wonder Woman underwear because she feels powerful in those. She has like a Wonder Woman necklace. I mean, like she is basically accessorizing herself and empowering herself at the same time, because she has all this meaning attached around, the items that she's putting on. Like this is giving me, like, I am almost putting on your Superman suit to go and, get in front of the camera, or to go and get in front of people, whatever it may be. But it doesn't always have to just be your outfit, your underwear, whatever it is. But I know personally, like if I go get a new bra and underwear set at Victoria's Secret, and like when I wear those lace, new drawers, I'm feeling like sexier. I'm feeling more confident. Like what can you do to get that same feeling? You can also do it with the room you're in. If there is somewhere that you feel like has better lighting, or maybe even it's just you're using a filter and that is making you feel better, do that. Who cares? Use it. People don't need to know that you have a filter on. People don't need to know that like you picked the best corner in your house. Who cares? You are showing up, and if something makes you feel more confident to do so, use that tool. Then practicing. Practice builds confidence. When you practice, not only practicing just being on video and just tape recording yourself or just recording yourself on your phone, practicing like, especially if you're talking about like bouquets or wedding flowers or whatever, literally you could, that practice of making a bouquet, that practice of making boutonnieres and becoming an expert at that is just going to give you overall more confidence in your business. And that confidence shows up in your business and will make you more confident on video. So practicing will make you more confident, whether it's practicing, speaking, or whether it's practicing, your craft, whatever you are doing to become more of an expert more of an authority is going to make a huge difference when you show up on video. Then my last thing is I want you to think about who is watching your video. Who is that ideal person that you want to watch? Like, you should make the video with that person in mind. The majority of people are more likely more of a subject matter expert on what they are talking about. If you're doing a video, you're a subject matter expert. You're doing a video on something you know about. And so if for some reason, by random happenstance, another florist is watching your video, which I personally have a lot of florists. My educational content lived on my florist business page for a long time, and I've branched it out now. But literally, I have a lot of florists because my content was on my regular business page that follow me. But I don't view it as I'm worried that they're going to judge me. I'm worried that they're not going to be kind. I'm worried they're not going to be supportive. It's been the exact opposite. When I am going through my strategy, my posting strategy of taking one subject per week and talking about that in a multiple different ways so that I'm creating content for my ideal customer. Like, I've had people say, your videos are so great. I love how you're showing up. You inspire me was actually a comment on one of my posts. So the bottom line is, like, those people, if they're not going to be supportive, if they're not going to be kind, like, they can unfollow you. They don't have to. Social media is not, you don't have a gun up to their head to go and make sure that they're following you. You have the choice. You could block them. You could do a million different things. So you are in control. And nothing is ever, if somebody is unkind, we don't ever have to tolerate unkindness or somebody being unkind, because, again, you are the CEO of your business and you are what you tolerate. So if somebody is going to be an asshole, which does happen, we don't want them in our ecosystem. We don't want their energy rubbing off on us. We just don't need any of it. So the bottom line is, you are a badass. You deserve success. You deserve to share your gift. And now you just need to act accordingly. Do some practicing. Start talking to yourself in a different way. Really work on things that make you more confident. Such as, like, okay, I feel really confident if I have my makeup on. I feel really confident if I'm talking to myself, or if I'm wearing this outfit, or if I have a new outfit, or if I have my hair curled, or if I'm wearing really sexy bra and underwear. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If it works for you to give you confidence to go up and hit record, that is going to help you propel your business. Showing up is going to help propel your business. And I know that seems like really, really silly, that, I don't want to talk to the camera. Well, figure out other ways to show your personality, to show you, that isn't requiring that then. So what if you go and you have some behind the scenes videos of you making a bouquet or something, then you choose a trending sound, you're still showing up, you're still there. They might not be getting the lovable, huggable part of you that I think comes from directly talking into your phone and saying and helping and teaching, but they're at least seeing your face. When I scroll a florist, Instagram feed, and I don't see their face once, I'm like, I don't even know who they are. So if I saw them, I wouldn't even know if that was them. So having your name, or your name, for one, in your profile, you need your name in your profile. So then they're connecting. Here's you. Here's your face. God, they look really, like, they just seem so kind in their videos. They seem so knowledgeable in your videos. They seem like they just love being a florist. Your energy is getting put out into the universe, and people are seeing how lovable you are. And that's going to equal success, because most florists are pretty damn lovable, in my opinion. I've only met a couple that were kind of like a woolly mammoth that were very warm and fuzzy. So you can show how kind and how loving and how just wonderful of a person that you are, because people want to do business with kind people who are passionate about what they're doing and literally are going to provide this service because they are serving already and you're not even doing business with them yet. So think about that. And here's the thing. This takes some work. But in the end, it's going to be worth it. If you start growing your business and showing yourself as an expert and getting more weddings on the books because you're showing up in your business like a total boss, like it is going to pay off. I promise you, it is going to pay off. It's going to pay off from uh, wedding planners sharing your things. It's going to pay off with other florists sharing your content. Literally, it will change the trajectory of your business because you're just positioned as this expert that literally is helping provide all of this value. And if even after going through these 10 steps, you're still like, there is no effing way I can show up in my business. I do one-on-one coaching that literally I can make you more confident. We will go through, and every 2 weeks in my monthly coaching, we meet every 2 weeks for 45 minutes. Like, we're going to touch base on where your confidence is. And I am going to push you to get your face on camera because I know how much that can pay off in your business. We will work on like where your blocks for this is because it's coming from somewhere. Didn't just come out of the sky. This whole blockage came from something. And so we dig into, okay, where was that something? What was that something? And, it could be like something when you were little that happened. It could be you're not loving yourself. You're not loving some part of yourself. And so we're going to work on that because I feel that everyone is capable of doing what I do on social media, which is super showing up and teaching and leading and literally positioning myself as an expert. So you can do that too. I know you can, and I believe in you. If you have some takeaways from this episode, I would love for you to screenshot this and share your biggest takeaway. I love to get feedback and understand what is resonating with you guys and what is helpful. I truly feel that social media is such an amazing resource and florists aren't utilizing it at a capacity that's really going to make an impact in their business. I also have a free social media guide. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, it is thefloralhustle/social or thefloralhustle.com/social. Sorry about that. And in this guide, it's like making sure your profile page, it's giving you ideas for content. It is packed full of goodness and really something that could help get your social media on track to being impactful in your business. If you're going to have time invested in something, you want it to be impactful and make a difference to the bottom line of your business. So go check that out, thefloralhustle.com/social. This guide is amazing. So thank you so much for listening today. I so appreciate you, and have a fun-filled flower week, friend.